everybody. This is Ryan McClanahan with historythroughcards.com. I hope you're all doing very well today. So in my last video, I told you guys about the 1994 Donruss Diamond King set and the Ice King set. And this video, I want to expand a little bit on design, the pros and cons, and the 1995 Diamond King set, and another set called uh, Ice Masters, which is this set right here. Now, um, you know, when these cards were issued, I wasn't collecting modern stuff, at least that I remember. Um, I did collect a little bit, but that's only because on occasion I went down to my local card store, and the guy behind the counter was very nice enough to let me do like day-to-day transactions behind the counter for other collectors. So I got some real-world experience um, on what it was like to own a card shop and be an employee, which I thought was pretty cool. Now, he didn't pay me, but he did pay me on occasion with cards. So I did learn an awful lot about the hobby that way and business. And for that, I am forever grateful to you, Scott. Anyway, um, the pros and cons of this set uh, and is kind of interesting. First off, the let's go with the pros. As you can tell, and I'm going to show you this stuff a little bit later in greater detail, hopefully, at least better detail than what the camera is going to pick up here. So, um, the one thing, if I'm designing a card or anything for a business, I am not going to include this right here. Um, if you can, if you can see this, this is kind of like a holographic. Um, yeah, sometimes English is a second language to me. Anyway, um, the hologram is very distracting, uh, and you almost have to kind of turn it sideways to see all the details, and it really kind of overpowers everything that's going on. And in a way, you can also make the same argument for the 1953 Bowman football as well. That white football just kind of takes over everything. And unfortunately, for both of those, this issue and the 53 Bowman football set, it diminishes the value as well. But as you can see, and you'll see even further later on, the artwork is awesome. And that's one of the things that I really enjoy about this set. It's a 10 card set, so it's not hard to pick up. You can pick it up individually or as a set. I actually picked it up individually, one by one, and I didn't really find out about this set until last year. Um, and so I really enjoy it. So you are going to find some of the greatest hockey players of the era in this set. I think all of them may be in the Hall of Fame, except for maybe one, but I could be wrong. I usually am when it comes to hockey. But yeah, I definitely think that you guys would enjoy the set, and it's not expensive. Um, so the other set is the Diamond King set, and it's right here. So again, along the same kind of lines as the hockey set, is um, you have a really nice, unique design, which even Dick Perez said himself that it's non-traditional. And he was working on in his studios in I think Washington, Pennsylvania. And it's really unlike any other set of its era, or I think even since. My own personal opinion, it is the nicest set in the last 50 years. uh, and that's because of the artwork. It is very um, very unique, and it stands out among a lot of other card sets. And the other thing too is um, you can kind of tell a uh, a, a card of the era by its design. So like the 1911 T205 set, you definitely know it's from um, that era in American history just because of its design. You might not actually know what uh, the exact year of manufacture is, but you would definitely know that it's a progressive era um, set just because of the design. Now, as if I remember correctly, I had shirts that looked like this. So um, a lot of abstract design was prevalent back in, I'd say, the mid 1980s through at least the mid 1990s, like so maybe a 10-year period or so. Um, a lot of like clothing did look like this. Uh, the drawback is that with both of these sets, they're hard to photograph um, just because of the gold right here. I don't know if pick, you can see that it kind of you almost kind of have to do the same thing, just tilt it on its side to get the actual way it looks, right? So that's bad English. Anyway, horrible English. Um, anyway, a a camera is not always going to pick this up, and it's not always going to pick up the hockey set either. Uh, if you want to sell the card, um, a lot of times I do see these online, and the photography is horrible. Um, and so that might be something that you might want to keep an eye on. And it's not just this card either. So in the 1999 Gridiron King set, it's the same. Well, it's the same thing. So uh, the top here, and especially the bottom, if you are photographing these cards for a sale, just keep in mind that um, this is not easy to read as a photograph. So, and again, this is a very beautiful card in itself. By this time, Dick Perez was not actually doing the artwork for the set. If he was, I haven't really seen where. Um, and then definitely for another set, which I can't come across, right? Oh, here it is. The 2002 Gridiron Kings. He didn't do the artwork for this either. I think there were two or three other artists, but I just started to collect this stuff maybe like last year, and I actually, when it comes to this set, uh, I actually just kind of came across it, and I didn't really know who the players were until I started watching Dakota from Sports Cards Anonymous, and if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be able to pronounce Ladainian Tomlinson. So that I say thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it because again, this is a beautiful set in its own right, and at some point I'll probably check that one out for you guys as well. But um, the other thing with the Diamond King set is that it is cheap if you're gonna collect it individually. It can be ex, um, ex, time extensive, and when these cards are coming out, they were issued, I guess, one out of every 10 packs, and uh, there were, I think, in series one, there were 14 of them, and then in series two, you could find 15. So the last series would be like 15 to 28. So there's actually 28 cards in the set. But it's not all that difficult. It can be a little bit expensive if you're going to buy the entire set. I've seen anywhere from about $40 to $75. So it can be a little expensive. I actually purchased a partial set for about 40 bucks, and I had a really hard time trying to track down a few of the cards. I think Will the Thrill was the last card that I needed, and for whatever reason, he was difficult. Now, there are instances where you're gonna find that there's just that card that is just extremely difficult, and it could be a nobody player. I know Will is not a nobody player. He was actually pretty good in his day, and I got to see him a little bit. But um, that may be the case here too, where you're just it's just gonna be like that one ball player that's gonna be really difficult. But these cards aren't really expensive either, and that's part of the fun with this stuff is that um, you can collect and go after nice cards that are cheap, and you can have fun doing it too. So that's what I really enjoy about this stuff, other than the artwork. And for me personally, um, I'd say 90% of what I go after is because of the design and because of the artwork, um, and then the history behind the card as well. So I may pick up a card based solely off the history of it and not who's on it. So uh, this card, for example, um, and this is actually a really interesting case where the design or the color isn't there to prop up the card. So it's really all about the photography. And I'll get into this in greater detail in another video. But Bob O'Farrell here, by the way, is the 1926 National League MVP, and he was one hell of a catcher. He's also in the 1933 Gaudy set as well, which is a really nice looking card and another beautiful set. Um, but uh, this set is really supported by the photography, and the same rings true for the. I don't have one here on me, but the Star Company basketball cards, um, they rely heavily on the photography as well, and that's going to be a separate issue altogether. So, with that, guys, I really appreciate it. Give a like and subscribe, and let me show you those cards. So. Uh, have a good one. All right, and enjoy. Enjoy.